Day 100, strip mining for some redstone. 2 new farms being started. It's at this point I realise I don't have enough redstone. You guessed it. Mining's so relaxing. That's the second base done. Water. Pistons. Back in the nether to grab a couple of shroom lights. Lighting sorted. If you haven't guessed yet, I'm making a pumpkin and the other one will be a melon farm. Pumpkins in this one. Observers over the top of the pumpkins. Redstone. That's the 2 minecart unloaders built. Just needed a little bit more redstone to finish the top of the second farm. And that is the top of both farms complete. Well, almost. Day 107, foundation of our next farm is being built. 16 individual cubicles being built. I need bows for dispensers, just seeing if the locals will lend me theirs. This guy joined the family. First time, we need a name. Get it down in the comments. I spent 2 days looking for sheep for wool and then found a stack of string from my iron farm. What a waste of time. Okay, there is an observer underneath that dropper that looks at that piece of grass. As that grass is eaten by the sheep, it sends a redstone signal to the block behind, into that redstone dust, into the dropper that then will shear the sheep in front of it. Once I have dyed this guy white, I can use these 2 as the parents and breed them using wheat, and then the babies will be lured using the wheat up into their new homes. I use red wool for all of my redstone, so I've started with the first sheep being red. Day 109, we have pumpkins and melons. Happy days. These phantoms are doing my head in. 110, time to get our wings. At the end gateway, if you use a trapdoor and stand directly underneath it, you can then just slide straight through. Now we need to find an end ship. Jeez. Wow, that was lucky. Happy days, I'll take it. Grabbing a few end rods while I'm here. I will need a few of these for a farm I'm going to build later on. Give us a shell. Oof, nice. Oh, no, I've got to get back down. Come on. Jeez, come on. Oh my goodness. Come on. How many? Guess I'm staying up here then. Let's go. Well, that was a fail. Well, one, I'll be back for you in a minute. Bridged over to this end ship and then decided to see if I could hit the ladder. And as you can see, nailed it. I pushed these end rods that I collected earlier inside these shulkers. That way these shulkers can no longer shoot at me. There are 3 on this ship. I'm going to do this process to all 3. That way I have 3 shulkers to build a shulker farm later on. And that's our wings. That's the final shulker trapped. Let's see what's in these. Trash! And let's head home. I'm not going to try and land on that tiny little path, but I am quite comfortable floating down to here. This guy clearly doesn't like me having my wings. Oh, see ya. And now that we're home, let's have a look from the air. Oh, it's looking pretty fantastic. Time to roll these guys. Oh my goodness me. That's going to be a problem. Come on, dude. Get up here, get into this bed. Good lad. Okay, if I break this bed, he should start heading towards, hopefully, back to his iron farm. Come on, dude. Nice. Okay, my friend, back into your spacious accommodation. No more running around. No way. Oh my god. Day 112, I continued rolling the rest of the farmers. The guy that fell through the floor is still down below, where he can stay until it's night time. Harvesting my fields using my fortune pickaxe, that way I get a ton more potatoes and carrots. Me and this villager aren't really talking, but I will still sell him carrots for those sweet emeralds. Now that I've leveled up our favourite villager, he will now let me sell him pumpkins and also melons. Our farm will bring us in many emeralds. Day 114, need more redstone, going to build a sugarcane farm next. Still breeding these sheep. With that one in there and the roof on that, that means I only need 2 more. Changed my mind, time for a witch's farm, then I don't need to dig for any more redstone. I do need another trident. First time, really? And with that final sheep in there, it's time to release the parents back into the wild. I looked up the location of a witch's farm on Chunk Base, and now I'm heading there in the Nether. Witch's hut located. Began by levelling out the area and fencing off the area inside so that we would be safe for the evening. By the end of the evening, the area was relatively enclosed. This is the first farm that I haven't designed and built myself. This farm was designed by Silent Whisperer. If I figure out how, I will link his description and everything down below. If not, just search for Silent Whisperer, as this redstone farm is a brilliant witch's farm. Day 118, it's time for the collection system. 119, and the farm is complete with collection system and auto crafter to craft the redstone into blocks. I'm going to pop all this away, and then I'm going to go and stand up the very top in the AFK position and stand there for a couple of days and see what we get. Okay, that was 2 days. Let's see. Well, 3.5 stacks of redstone blocks in 2 Minecraft days in Bedrock is pretty insane. I'll take it. Oh my god. Oh my god, I've got no blocks. This is not good. Oh my god. This could be the end. Can I get to that? I think I can get to that. Get out of the way. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Go away. Not this time. God, my heart beating out my chest. Day 122, I began to expand our compound again. It's time to get the full footprint of our base in place. During the night, I started to dig out a second area underground. Dig, 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 dig. Progress. I spent the night of 124 emptying out the gold farm storage. These golden swords will need to go. Rotten flesh for emeralds. Delightful. Yep. While editing the first 100 days, I noticed that these ends weren't right. Yes, it killed me inside when I noticed, and I finally remembered to change them. More casual farming of the evening of 127. Got to keep them emeralds flowing. After marking out the area, I realised I still needed more space, so it's time to chop some more trees. First half of the inside area almost done. At the end of day 30, I finally remembered about that sugarcane farm. Look at that. Not quite finished, but getting there. During the evening, I finally built the sugarcane farm. You can make mud blocks by clicking on a dirt block with a water bottle. Mud blocks are slightly smaller than a normal sized block, so hoppers can pull items through them. This is great for a number of farms, but especially for a sugarcane farm. Sugarcane requires water next to the block that it's growing on. Area finally levelled. Time to make it safe again. Last thing we require is some torches, with these being down. If I can get through without being attacked by anything, this whole area will be safe. Back to the sugarcane farm, pistons being added. Observers above the pistons. Redstone dust behind. And finally the sugarcane being added. All I need to do now is surround it with glass, and this farm is pretty much done. Completed. Day 34, adding the walkways. Light texturing. Wishing I had a beacon right now. Good to see the sugar canes flowing in. Happy days. Adding the roof to the second section underground. At the end of another 2 days of digging, finally this section was now finished. Time to insert the floor and our hopper chain around the outside of the wall. That's the hoppers. Slowly but surely. And finally the flooring. Ooh, smooth. That's our second area done. Time for another farm. Bamboo's up. This end of the farm will collect just simple bamboo. This end of the farm will go into an auto crafter and craft into bamboo blocks. Free wood. That's the auto crafter complete. Nice simple design. Now I'm going to feed this hopper line into that auto crafter, which will collect all the bamboo and turn it into blocks. This bamboo farm is pretty much the same as the sugarcane farm, apart from you don't need the water at the bottom. Just need the bamboo, then glass. That's 2 more off the list. Time to start our next big build. I need a ton of ice, packed ice to be precise. Even while gathering resources for our next farm, it's always time for a carrot harvest. Profits. For the next building we need 25 tridents, so I think before we build that it's probably best we build a trident farm, so I'm going to need a ton of ice. God, I love the view of this base already. Ridiculously, to farm tridents you need a trident, so guess we're heading to find yet another trident. Can we do it first time again? Of course not. I'll see you hiding. Come on. Oh, finally. Let's get out of here. Need a whole bunch of leaves. That's time for the silk touch hoe. Grab some more obsidian to make some portals. Okay, time to find a guardian. What the hell? Guardian farm. Oh my god, that phantom. I've got blocks. Get out of here. Come on, I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, that's not where I want it. Come on, there we go. Oh. What were the chances? That thing is 100% going to have to die. Easy. Okay, I've definitely done something wrong here. There's no guardian farm here. Yeah, this is a frozen ocean for as far as the eye can see. I'm definitely not seeing a guardian farm here. I'm not getting the miner's fatigue, so I think I have done something wrong here. Okay, new location. Let's try that again. Oh, I'll take these 3 diamonds though. Okay, that's the mining fatigue. The only way to get rid of that is with milk. So hopefully I have enough milk to get me all the way out to the sea. Let's see. This is getting ridiculous. I must have used 10 buckets of milk now. Oh, finally. Okay, oh, we're right in the centre of it. Well, at least we found one. Time to try and kill the guardians. Here's number 1. Pretty straightforward when you're fully geared up. I'm more worried about drowning, to be honest. What can I do here? I think I might just have to dig through the wall. Here's my milk. God, I'm going to run out of milk soon. Might be able to make myself a little breathy hole here, actually. Oh, for goodness sake. Come on. Oh, that's ridiculous. Come on. Give me at least 1 block to break. Okay, I'm out. Just have to swim up. Number 2 is usually right here at the top. If you break through here and swim down, there he is. Let's get rid of this guy. And then we just have number 3 to find. And that is the final one. Happy days. Now hopefully he drops me a template because I don't have one yet. Yes he does. Even better. Okay, time for the Trident farm first. Built this platform all the way up at 191. I just need to go grab the rest of my bits from a little area I've built here. Here's the Guardian farm I'm just flying over now, so it's relatively close. Nailed it. Start off with 2 double chests with hoppers feeding into them on a little platform. Then I'm going to build a Trident killer above that. With the Trident killer in place, it's time to just tower up 20 blocks and build the rest of the farm. Build rings of ice going up about 12 high, just literally follow this pattern all the way up, and then in the top ring it's just a 2 high wall which you put water on the top. That then spawns guardians, not guardians, that then spawns drowned, that then get pushed down by the water stream into your Trident killer. You know what to do. Instead of using a water bucket and running all the way around here placing water, ice will do exactly the same thing. Just make sure you break it with anything that's not got silk touch on it. That's the farm pretty much complete. All that needs to be done now is put a giant roof over the top of the whole thing. Farm's been running while I've been building the roof, and 4 tridents already. Not bad. Need to add these leaves into the centre of this farm. And finally slab over the rest of the stone. And with that the farm is complete. Now it's time to collect 24 tridents. Okay, not bad. After 2 days we've got all the tridents we need, plus 2 extra I believe. From the trident farm I could see this sunken ship. Let's see what it's got. I mean, not great. Okay, now it's time to build this Guardian farm. Again, this farm isn't one I've designed myself. This is one by Silent. Again, I will try and link it below. Basically, you have to find all 24 spawning columns, mark them, and then fill them with stone, while everything else tries to kill you. It's quite good fun. And that is another one, I think. Yep, there. The more of these spawning columns that you fill in, the more condensed they seem to get around the next ones that you're trying to block in. So, as you can see, oh my goodness, that's what, over half my life. I'm just trying to get one filled in, and I'm probably only halfway. And we keep going. I've got to kill this trident guy, he's doing my head in. Oh my god, there's loads of them down there. Come here. Oh my, no, get out of here, quick. Oh, no, no, this can't be it. This can't. That was way too close. What are you doing down here, mate? Ugh, come on. Oof, not many left. And that should be them all blocked up so nothing can spawn. What a feat that was. If there are any down here, I have missed a spot. Not sure how I missed that, but yep, I've not quite finished yet. Now to remove all these marker blocks between the pillars. Once you've built your first trident killer, you literally just need to rebuild this at all of 24 of the other spawning spots, and then join them up with this ice path. Once all the ice is in place, you just need to then surround the ice with a 2 high wall on either side. Once that was complete, I used the 3 sponges to drain the water. Once the three sponges were wet, I'd run back into the nether, dry them off, and rinse and repeat. How good is that sound? Once all the water was drained, I built trident killers in each of the spawning locations. Once all the trident killers were in place, I built a simple clock. This will eventually connect to all of the trident killers, which is what I'm going to do next. With all the redstone in place, it was now time to add the water streams. This will push all the items and XP into this bubble column that will be here with this glasses. Now it's time to build the bubble column. Now the bubble column's in place, it's time to put in the collection system. I'm going to bespoke this and bend it like an L shape. That way the XP will fly into me when I'm stood at the top there, or will be revealed in a bit. Now it's time to throw all 24 tridents. With that all done, it was time to turn the farm on and watch this monstrosity in action. If I could get up this. After tweaking a couple of water streams, everything is running smoothly. If you watch my XP bar, you can see it just slowly creeping up. I'm going to stand there for a little while because I do need a whole bunch of seed lanterns, and be back in a couple of days. Right, that was 2 days. I've got an absolute ton of what I need, beautiful, and 122 levels. Overall, I'd say that was a resounding success. Added the portal on this level, it's time to head home. Home safe on 163, time to start chopping some wood. 164, and I'm decorating the ceiling and downstairs. Imagine this in every corridor. And that's the finished result. What do we think? I think I'm going to probably add some lights to the bottom of these pillars at some point. But overall, I quite like what this looks like. And that is the second corridor done. Eventually we'll be splitting off in all 4 directions, but for now we've only got 2 areas dug out. At the end of day 165 I built this auto smelter. It's nothing special, it's only a 2... Damn phantoms. It's only a 2 furnace smelter, but you put fuel in the chest at the back, what I want to smelt in the top, and it will all come out the bottom. Very straightforward. Day 166, collecting sand. I need a bunch of glass for our next farm. While the glass is smelting, it's time to mine out the second half of this area. You know it's time for the gradient. Remember that cave, the future me problem? Well, this is me now, filling it in. By the end of 168, this area was pretty much dug out. Flooring was all in, 169, time to just finish up the walls. And that is this section done. So as you can see, the stairs will crisscross. That will continue down and up in the future, as well as giving us space for 2 more of these corridors. We've got 2 here already, and then 2 more directly opposite them, eventually. With the last of the glass smelted, it was time to head to the end to build our next farm. Started off by removing this walkway that I built, where, if you remember back, where I nailed my jump onto the ship, onto the ladder. There was a second end city close by, so I decided to quickly raid that. Wasn't particularly anything good in here, but I did get a few more shulker shells. And a second set of wings. If you haven't already guessed, I am building a shulker farm. This farm was designed by Groover Guy. Again, links in the description as long as I figure out how to do it. If not, just search for the Shulker Sandwich Volume 2 on YouTube. The first part is to remove the top half of the ship and then build a giant disc shape, kinda, around the centre of the ship. I've already trapped the 3 shulkers that I did earlier on in the episode. With the roof in place, it's time to now slab the roof so that Enderman can't spawn up here. Next up, remove most of the second half of the ship. After returning home and coming back with the armour stands I forgot, this is where we're at so far. Now it's time to fill in this area that will be completely full of water. That will push all the shulker shells down into our collection system at the bottom there. Adding the glass in. With the water added and the rest of the boat being removed already, it's time to release the 3 shulkers that we have locked up upstairs. Okay, this is future me. I have a clip that I cannot open. It is showing me a thumbnail of the clip. It's a 30 minute long clip, but for whatever reason it is corrupted and will not let me edit it. So I've come back in the future. Spoiler alert, this is day 7 and I'm still alive. But just to show you the shulker farm, as you can see, it goes pretty wild. There's a small percentage chance each time a shulker hits another shulker that it will duplicate, and on Bedrock it's 100% chance it will duplicate when it's killed. As you can see, shulker shells falling as they're being shot and killed. I think I stood here for 2 days in the original clip and had over 5 stacks of shulker shells. So as you can imagine, this farm is pretty amazing. Okay, and we're back, day 175, and I have decided to build a slime farm at 00. So it's the middle of the night right now. I'm just trying to locate where the slime chunk is at 00. But first of all, I need to light the area up. I marked out the chunk with a wool, cleared the area of trees. I removed all the dirt. This slime farm I'm going to make will involve me having to dig all the way down to minus 59 from here. So let's start the digging. End of our first day of digging. Second day. Third. Luckily for me, right by 00 and our slime chunk is the Guardian farm, so I can just fly over one fire rocket and get my tools all nice and fixed up. By day 180, I'm wondering whether or not I'm going to reach the floor by day 200. Let's count them down. That's 20 to go. 19, 18, 17, 16, and I've hit a water cave. Fantastic. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is 200 days in hardcore Minecraft. Didn't quite finish the slime chunk. I'll get that done in the next few days, but you'll have to wait for the next video to see how I decorate and design this slime chunk. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.